What's up, world? It's your girl, Shirley Pearl, back with another video. And this one is actually Married to Medicine. And I know I missed a few. I know I missed a few. Ain't gotta tell me I missed a few. But we're going to pick it up from episode 4. I'm going to talk a little bit about episode 3, just the high points. So in episode 3, there was a discussion between Simone, Cecil, Miles, and Michael regarding them really not, being privileged kids, really not paying their way and being super spoiled. So her son, I believe that's Michael, he's finished undergrad and he wants to go to law school. And Simone thinks he should pay for it because she paid for undergrad. And, basically her take on that is get loans, scholarships, take out, get a job, babe. Just pay your own way. And he wants a new car because he feels like his truck that she bought him is outdated. And then she also feels like ganged up on because she got a husband, then she got 2 boys. So it's a lot of testosterone in that house. She should have had a girl, adopted a girl, had a strong niece that came over because she's feeling like it's the guys against the girls type thing. And she feels like Cecil never backs her up, and that, he just, he don't have nothing to say. And so she kind of yells at him also. So, it was just my take on it is like your kids is spoiled. And you did that, honey. You making good money. You've been on this series since day one. So 12 years, I know you making 6 figures. And I know you making 6 figures as a doctor, probably, and whatever else you got going on. But that don't get nobody the right to take advantage of you. I know people, just because you did well with your finances, saved, whatever, they'll rely on you for everything and then get mad when you say no. Hint, hint, family. Yeah, if you're listening. So, and the person know, because she listened to my videos. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's crazy. I did everything right. Didn't none of us grow up with no silver spoons, but I did everything right with my finances. I didn't mismanage them. I wasn't all down at the casino and hint, hint, and all that. And you want to take advantage. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. But I get it. So that was one of the points I wanted to talk about from the previous episode, which would have been episode 3. And then it ended at Brandy, one of the new girls' birthday party. And basically it comes on and it ended the last time with Quad saying, it's some people in this damn group that want to be married. And so Simone comes out and says, who in this group don't want to be married besides me? So everybody looking like, don't say that, Simone, this and that. But I feel like Simone is tired. I don't know. I don't know Cecil's contributions to the education of the boys, to the household, to the bills. I don't know. But something got her real tired at 29 years. And a lot of times people, you don't just get tired at 29 years. You'll be tired way before that. But we hate change. We get so comfortable and just like, he ain't beating me and he ain't bringing women around, this and that. And we kind of just go. I know people who do it. And some people, like, I could see if it was a difference where he was taking care of her and she like, well, sure, he taking care of me. I'm just going to stick with it. And I'm not saying she is taking care of him, but it's just the comfort to get out here. I think Simone is cute to me. I think that lady is close to 60. Her face card is not declining. I don't know if that Botox the other lady Brandy put her or whatever, she been on that, but she just got a youthful appearance. She nice and slim and everything. And she a little ghetto and ratchet, but we like her. Simone and Cecil was one of my favorite couples on the show. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me back this up. Okay. Everything I say is strictly my opinion and alleged. So don't even come for me because I know you hoes got money. You might get a lawyer after my ass. But anyway, So they basically, Jackie says that this is very similar to, because on the show once before she had filed for divorce. So Jackie was like, it's just seeming like we going back, and you can only speak to when you had enough. But anyway, yeah, some people just better as friends, lover, friend, homie, lover, friend. You want them all in one, but some people never should have been came out the friend zone. But whatever, then love dissipates after time. It got to be something else holding y'all together. So Brandy basically says to get the party back because Contessa was hating a little hard on her about the party, and I didn't like Contessa's temperament in the last episode, episode 3, where she was just kind of going at her about, this all your husband did and this, that, and the other. I think you are a jealous hater because even if her husband bought her a cake from 31 flavors, an ice cream cake, it's more than what your husband doing with his alleged cheating and everything else that's going on. Just somebody that show up for you. Women get jealous of that. If you got somebody that show up for you, is always present, and they don't have that, and they might have a man that just want to stay at home and watch westerns or whatever he may want to do. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't showing up with her places and this, that, and the other. And you talking about your party was 40,000. So he put that whole ticket on that party. Uh-huh. Yeah, we want to see, boo. And I get it. Oh, well, it's coming out the same pot. Girl, you helped pay for that party. Get your ass on. And the reason why I say that about her is because of her next comment. She said, oh, Brandy new to the group, and you know how we roll. A couple of $1,000 for a dinner ain't enough to do cartwheels over. Girl, you just want some attention. That's why, and I'm not body shaming you, but girl, you then lost so much weight. First, you was bodybuilding or training, but girl, you didn't lost so much weight. So is it stress or is it you want to be Dr. Jackie says? You the new Dr. Jackie. Girl, stop it. You sound like a hater. So anyway, they disperse out of that. Some bottle girls come out, happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. So Simone and Heavenly kind of go off to the side. And Heavenly old fake butt hugs her and basically was like, telling her she don't want to get a divorce and was like, my stuff is far worse than what you going through. I fuss my son out. You fuss. Girl, you cuss. You ghetto. You hood dragged him. We know how you get down. We know how you get down with these ladies. So your son just probably got another dose of it because you have an image, honey. And the image ain't never been squeaky clean. So I don't know what you're trying to hold it up for. I'm waiting on everything to come out about Damon, your daughter in college or whatever. Girl, you is not the Obamas, boo, trying to keep a squeaky clean image, but you the ignorant nigga in the mix. But anyway, she basically says she cussed him out and she don't know where he at. He left. He didn't disrespect her or everything, but he got all his stuff and left. And like I said, if it's anywhere similar to how you treat these ladies, and see, he messed up your image. See, she go back and forth with them, spill they tea, spill they dirt, whatever. But he in the household. So you like, oh shit, now you about to have them talking about me. I already know how you get down, Heavenly Scorpio November one at that, honey. No relation here. But yeah, it's just like Simone basically tells her, well, we created the monster, and I'm glad we gonna park right there. So your son was acting all privileged and talking about your mama didn't have the money like you got, and he need a new car and all that. Yeah, you created that monster because I would imagine even probably before you got on this show, everything they want you went out and got, baby. Everything they wanted you went out and got. It wasn't no working for nothing. And he made a comment on last episode about what about these white kids that their parents pay for everything and they wind up being millionaires. And your response was, what about the ones they pay for everything and they wind up not being? Girl, I hope he be this super lawyer and be able to put you up, honey, pay you back and whatever. Because if he ain't, honey, then I hope it was worth it. But in some people in my family terms, you can't take it with you. But anyway, that was pretty much the nuts and meat, or meats and potatoes of that scene. They I like Heavenly, baby. I don't really have no sympathy for you, because we need the sun to come out and see what the hell going on. Okay, we need the sun to come out and see what's going on. You know. So the next thing we get is your Toya and Eugene. She got on like this little pink workout suit. I'm not sure. I guess they at the park taking a walk. Whatever. And she kind of tells him that the boys be sleeping at 3:30 in the afternoon. They got blackout sheets closed and this, that, and the other. And he basically said, "Well, I noticed they grow more in the summer. Boys tend to sleep." Totally avoiding the issue. And she asked him, how long is he off for this time? He says, "Well, I'm off for the next 6 days." And they get into a conversation about Contessa. And he was like, "My lease is up where I'm at, I'm month to month, so whatever." She was like, "Yeah, because we ain't gonna go with Contessa, because it's just not a good deal. Contessa got your ass somewhere in the storage room. She got all these windows and light, and you in the back by the bathroom in the storage room. And I agree, baby, because we know how messy this show is. Soon as y'all send a payment, not saying y'all are a payment late or whatever, some go down, then it's just fuel for the show. And I just think sometimes friends, family, and they shouldn't do business together. It can ruin the friendship. Or say he only stayed 1 year and y'all expected him to stay 3 or 4 for some passive income. Just don't even do it. Just have your own stuff on here. Okay. So um she then after that, she basically tells him that she feels like a single mom, and you don't know how it is, being with the boys 5 to 6 days with just herself, and it's a job, and boys need their father, yeah, 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 yeah. But I'm just gonna say this, because it's gonna, I ain't trying to jump ahead, but baby, that man go to get some peace, and that's it, and that's that. He go to a hotel to get some peace. And I'll explain later on. So the next thing is Quad and King. Oh my goodness. Girl, wow. They at Dr. Jackie office, the one who said that we be complaining and all this whatnot, and faking the funk so we can get out of work. That Dr. Jackie. And she is working in cooperation with the doctor in Ghana. Now, Quad 45, she want to have a baby. Unmarried, and I ain't saying you got to be married to have a baby. Don't get it. I was unmarried with a baby, so that's not what it is. But I just don't think King the one. I don't know. My gut just seemed off of TV. And it also seemed like this is the Sweet Tea and Greg storyline. Cause we was expecting a baby out of Sweet Tea by the end of the season. And she a young girl. She well under 40. So okay. But anyway. So they get to Dr. Jackie's office. They pull up in the Rolls Royce. The cameraman always got to show that Rolls Royce. And they get to walking in. Jackie talking about something. Yeah, because I want to check his prostate. Now, see, Jackie? See, old woman? That's why Curtis all at the airport with other women. Right there, honey. Right there. You got so much for all these other men, but you don't got nothing for Curtis. And I don't blame you. Curtis ain't no damn looker. Big, tall, gumpy, cheater. So anyway, she introduces King to her assistant, the nurse. She's like, she's Jamaican. And so Quad all trying to be jealous. Oh, what? You trying to hook them up, girl? No, don't nobody want him but you, because you think he look better than Greg. And you think you won. And you think you got the best of everything, the best house, best body, but girl, you ain't touching Angel. Best car, best wigs, girl. You want to be the best of everything. But Toya, that face card ain't declining with Toya. But Toya, that's probably about the only nice thing I'm gonna say about your ass. So basically, King knows some little. He didn't Wikipedia, Google some little cervix and what it does, but he makes this crude joke about after the measuring of the cervix about yeah, and you need to test her something about test her walls or check her walls to make sure they ain't worn out. I thought that was very tasteless. I think you wanted a laugh from the audience, which is I and millions of other. But baby, it was crude. And she like, who? My walls ain't worn out. Yeah, bitch, because you wasn't giving Greg none. He talked about it. You should have been a virgin, but were you giving other people stuff? Allegedly, because Greg wasn't getting nothing. And then King, are you trying to be like you wore him out? That you boy, I don't even know, but I ain't like it. It didn't land. Try again. You know. What you want? Your little stethoscope and be a married to medicine woman? Boy, bye. So basically, Dr. Jackie does blood work and some testing, and she send that. She communicate with the doctor in Ghana. She also knows that Quad is a geriatric pregnancy, and she said most fertility places won't even see you after age 40. She know the risks, but she got to be a friend and keep hope. Well, girl, keep hope, honey, boo. So the next scene is Mimi and Steve, Dr. Mimi and Steve, and they in their little Benz truck ride, and they got their kids in the back. The boy Stevie is 8, and the girl is 7. They 18 months apart. And Stevie, the little boy, is autistic, and this really touched my heart because just to watch this scene, um, the tenderness and the patience that they have. And I don't know if it's just her maternal or her doctor experience, but it really just warmed my heart. So he's supposed to go to a special needs camp that's going to help him with speech and different things and whatever. And they're talking about it. So in the meantime, they talking about what they're going to do for the summer, blah, blah, blah. Guess why the kid's gone. So the little boy just hit the little girl. And she started crying like he didn't slapped her across the face with a whip. I'm like, girl, calm down. But you know how little girls can do. So they tell him, wait a minute, say sorry. He says sorry. And they tell him he know that's not right. And they actually pull over and Mimi gets in the back with him, talks to him so calm and patiently. And it was just really warm in my heart to see that. It really did. And I'm getting emotional, but they talk about the stress and the challenge of being a special needs parent and the strain of it. And they become emotional as well. But all I can say is the love that you exude for your son is just so wonderful. It really is. And the patience, and he'll get there because he understood everything you guys said. So his brain function is strong and the other stuff can be worked on. And I really think that he will be victorious in life with parents like that. And they got some cute kids, but it just warmed my heart. And she just basically talked about the strain even on the other siblings. So I wish them all the best in that, and prayers is up for them in that because it is a battle that if you ain't never been in it, you all your wheels will be tested, but you love so hard. So that's all I got to say about that. So Toya is having a skip work party. Mm-hmm. Yep, skip work, you know. So she's inviting all of the girls to it. And her and Eugene they're kind of looking at the list. Uh and she lets him know that all the girls is coming. So she also lets him know that, in the last episode when they met up for Brandy's birthday party, that somebody left a fake Balenciaga bag at the restaurant. So she went in a group text. I guess they're all on a group text and said, "Who left this fake Balenciaga bag?" And Heavenly, Heavenly basically responded, was like, "That's my bag, and my house paid off." So Eugene is kind of like, the it should be. Y'all been there 35 years. And yep, because most mortgages is 20 and 30. So yeah, it should be paid off. He got you there, girl. So they start going back and forth. And Toya was like, let me just get with my family and friends who love and care about me, this, that, and the other. And basically, Heavenly tells her, yeah, because I'm in between patients and I gotta go because my husband got this big D, and you working with that little, that's Heavenly go to. And see, that's why your son missing, ho. Yeah, I said it. Fight with your mamas if y'all don't like it. She a trip and she go too damn far all the time. But then when somebody throw that shit back at her, she can't take it. That's why I know she went off on that boy. Cause she was so worried about what the girls was gonna say about her raising, and or whatever. She is image with that man, Dr. Damon, with his non-verbal ass. So whatever. So Toya also is feeling a way about, they actually they actually show a montage of them dissing her and her home choices. So Heavenly is saying she done been about 7 or 8 houses. You got I believe she was an attorney on there. I can't remember her name, Nigerian girl. It was like, so you said you got $1 million for your house. I guess she had dug into something and seen that wasn't so. And you got Quad saying, girl, let me tell you how she got it. She done bed, bargain, steal in that order. Just a montage of them saying shady stuff about her. So she already on a little bit of edge about the girls coming over. And they said some hurtful things. And that's power for the course. It's part of the show. It's the good moments on the show. And you know how to get them together. So anyway, it's the day of the event. So you got the girl, she was I believe they were Indian, Anila, and her husband, he was a doctor. I guess they're still friends. You got them showing up. You got Cecil and Simone showing up. Simone looks so cute with her little net swimsuit covering that little bitty booty. Little booties matter. Little booties matter. And then you have Steve and Mimi, Dr. Mimi come. So everybody is in all over the house, like, oh, this is beautiful. So then you have Damon and Heavenly come, and Heavenly is the same. This is beautiful, Toya. This kind of remind me of your last house, and but more grand, all in the confessional. But she basically, girl, Heavenly so full of shit. But anyway, so they come in. She asked about her bag. And Toya let her know, oh girl, I got it. Let me go get it. It wouldn't even be allowed in my closet. So my closet wouldn't even open up with that bag. And Heavenly in her confessional says that the bag is not fake. And even if it was or something, everything was made in China. And I'm like, girl, Heavenly, you know that Toya is a label whore. She from Detroit, baby. We wear them brands. And if she said the bag fake is fake, she probably got the real one. And I guess it was the texture or the feeling of the bag. I don't really know, but it was fake. And you kind of confirmed it when you said, if it's fake or not, and everything made in China. So it makes me question everything your ass wear is probably fake. And you probably just thinking because you got the money on the show that we're gonna assume it's real. We looking at you from afar. We ain't inspecting. So, and then you have Brandy come. I don't know if her husband, I ain't seen no husband with her. So you have her friend Brandy come, the nurse practitioner. So they had these male guys come out. It look like diapers, but I guess it's they underwear, or because it's not a thong. They come out serving food and salads, and of course, when Heavenly with Daddy, she don't want to see no man. Oh, I only got ass for Daddy, and they got Simone looking, and they got one girl for the guys, and she come out with like a little bikini on to go serve the guys. So, Toya plays like she's this overly sexualized person. So it makes sense. I don't think it was necessary, but she know we filming a show. So anything for extra. So they make it like Jackie is staring at the guy. The fair skinned guy. He don't even look like he into women, allegedly. I'm just gonna say it. And it just was kind of, to me, in poor taste. So, and I was surprised when we seen the lady that Heavenly didn't follow her out there and stand in front of Daddy. But yeah, I don't know, Toya. We could have did without it. The episode was good, and it wasn't from that so-called eye candy. So the meat and potatoes of this scene is that Toya want to get them together at her house. She want to get them to play some games, and the guys don't want to play the game. So she basically tells Eugene, can you be the man of the house and bring them in this way? And everybody is looking like, girl, what the hell? And he basically like, I wrote them some doctor's excuses that the guys didn't want to play. So her whole thing is all they want to do is eat, drink, and look at ass. And people are like, shit, that's what men do. So the way Toya disrespected him, and she did, I had secondhand embarrassment. I'm at home. I'm in a whole nother goddamn state. And I had secondhand embarrassment. And all the ladies instantly was like, you got Heavenly. That's how she always talked to them. You got Mimi and them like, oh my God. You got Dr. Jackie, like, if she talk like this to him with all of us here and the goddamn cameras and us, because I was looking too. How does she talk to him when they alone? And Eugene, baby, what that oldest boy 15? I don't know, baby, but I don't know what type of upbringing you had. I don't know if it was some bullying. I don't know how your mom treated your dad. I don't know none of that shit. But baby, what Toya did ain't it. Not even for a show. Not even for a show. And I go hard for my Detroit people. Not really Stacy, but anyway, I'm getting off track. But I go hard, and I like Toya because I feel like she ain't no punk. But girl, the way you embarrassed, I would never talk to my husband like that in a room full of people like that. But I damn sure ain't gonna talk to him like that with millions of viewers. And baby, all you did was sound the alarm. You're gonna have all type of women that looking like Holly Berry, Nia Long, Lisa Ray back in Players Cup in his DMs saying they can help him along much better than you. So he basically tries to be like, I'm used to it. This is it. I've been married 18 years. This it's okay, But I'm looking at this man. I ran that shit back. I'm looking at it, baby. You was embarrassed and you felt small. You know what I'm saying? And it was uncalled for. And she talking about she wasn't drunk and she wasn't, whatever. I'm like, girl, you disrespected the shit out of your husband. So Heavenly get to talking about some, oh Lord, they gonna wind up getting a divorce and it's too much money in the house to get a divorce. Who gonna get the house? And quiet like, girl, ain't gonna be no divorce. And to me, it's just, it's just not a good look, baby. And it's gonna be addressed at the reunion. You got Curtis going to King, talking about something. Yeah, you ready for this? He was like, oh, that shit, and it can't be me. And everybody is like that. So she all upset about a bullshit game. Girl, chill out. So he come in to try to grab her and try to, like, you know, get the situation under control. And she like, don't come talking to me. Don't come talking to you. Was being mean to me out there, unless it was some hell of a Eddie. And he was like, what the fuck did you say? She was like, don't cuss at me because you don't want me to cuss at you. Girl, it looked like you be beating him. Allegedly. In case you know, we know you spend a lot, but you might have a lawyer fund. But it looked like you be beating him or something. You damn sure be verbally beating him from what I could see. And then you still talking to him crazy. You ain't asked to go to the bedroom, up to the kids' room. You still yelling at him. Then he tells you, you know, the ladies felt a certain way about what you said. And she like, fuck them bitches. They can't even be who they are in front of their husbands. This, that, and the other. You gonna compare us to them? And I just was like, Lord have mercy, baby, let it in. So she was like, hey, let me go do my makeup. And I just was like, Lord, Toya, baby, you lost hella points. And the thing about it, you was on Watch What Happens Live that same day. And you still didn't have, after watching it back, you ain't had no remorse? Girl, I mean, Eugene, baby, it's a better life. The better life can possibly be by yourself. So anyway, Scott and Contessa get there late, and she feels them in on what happened, right? And she was like, she want these hoes, hating hoes, out of her house, you know. So so Contessa was like, I'll let them know. Who? I'll let them know. So she go outside to tell them it was you, Quad, Brandy, Dr. Mimi talking about me, and I know shit about all of y'all marriages. Well, that is where, for purposes of this recording, you should have told it, so I could have continued to have more to talk about, or in upcoming episodes. I don't care. We want to know. If you know something about all of them, baby, spill it. So Heavenly is like, why you looking at me? And she's basically like, Heavenly in her confessional, like a drunk bitch will tell it all. And right on cue, Toya's like, and I'm not drunk at all. She says she tired of people smiling in her MF face when you don't go up for her on her marriage. And I'm like, girl, it's just crazy. So everybody get ready to go. They just ready to go. She didn't put them out though, but she slammed the door and go back in her house. They all like in the pool area. And I'm just like, girl, I thought you was putting them out. I mean, damn, Toya, you should have went out there and put them out. I do feel like if it continues like it is, her and Mimi gonna have some problems. Because Mimi, you do be talking shit in your confessionals. Then your husband goes to psychoanalyze Eugene, talking about some soul. You know, like he your damn co therapist. That wasn't cool, boo. So whenever this shit get watched back, so you have everybody in their confessionals like, Lord have mercy. So Steve, Mimi, Dr. Mimi, Dr. Damon and Heavenly, and they all in. And then they still outside talking about her. And Dr. Mimi's whole thing is about it is that Toya style of communication is one sided, saying basically she likes to hear her own self talk. And I don't know. I mean, she obviously would prescribe her something. Shit, I don't know. So they standing outside her house. King come out and they talking, and finally Damon mute ass was like, it's just a respect thing. So we're gonna go. So who told you to walk people out? Walk quiet, oh black ass still in there, boy. Get your want a stethoscope ass back on. Don't want no kid really ain't moving in really don't want to be a baby daddy. Bye. So all the ladies that are left is Toya, is Brandy, is Jackie sitting on Simone lap. And they basically telling her, that heavenly is heavenly. And they also in their confessional saying, but girl, you have said really bad shit about Eugene, you know? It's just crazy. And they like they had a beef when Heavenly got there, and she was like, "It's not a beef." She's like, "You always talking about me." I think it's just a build up. Like I said, when they played the montage of them saying a lot, it's just a build up. But I thought you get it out every reunion. I didn't know you were still harboring some stuff, girl. Because we do believe it's gonna be a house after this one when them boys get out of there, or a condo, penthouse, or something. I don't know, but Heavenly been dragging her for years, and I mean, I seen him on Instagram at a Christmas party the other day, so I think everything is swell. I don't know what's real and what ain't, So, anywho, it was a good episode, but Toya, baby, you didn't just invited a world of women to see him on the street, to have compassion. The shit you did worked in reverse, baby. He gonna become more desirable to women. But I really think he need counseling. And I really think the reason why he got them jobs out of town is to get peace from you. He probably be so at peace, baby. He probably be so at peace. And yeah, when them boys get grown, I don't know, baby. We don't know if the show gonna continue. It was a gray area with the show last year and the year before that if it was coming back. So, honey, baby, I don't know. Cause I believe, like he said, 18 years, you are who you are. And it ain't gonna get no better. And on Watch What Happens Live, Andy asked, was y'all still in counseling? And you said, yeah, but baby, that ain't it, Toya. That ain't it, mama. I ain't rolling with you on that one. And that's all I got to say. So like, comment, and subscribe, baby. Share it. Share it with Toya ass. I don't give a damn. All right. And Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a good one.